Many countries are well off, and when you think about the richest, you might think of GDP or gross domestic product and think, oh, well, isn't that the United States and China? In terms of economic status, that would be true. You'd be right. But there are other factors that go in, like GDP per capita and also average income per citizen. So we're going to be taking a look at all of these factors and take them all into account today when we go through all the details of the richest countries in the world in just a few more moments. But before we get into that, if you guys are a fan of our channel, make sure to go hit that subscribe button so you're never missing out on any new content. So with that, let's hop into the most expensive countries in the world presented by Intrigue Media. So number 5 is UAE, also known as the United Arab Emirates. And when you think of the UAE, you probably think of Dubai, the Burj Khalifa. They have the world's tallest tower there. And you probably wonder how things built up to that point in just, kind of a desert-like country on the Persian Gulf. So, agriculture, fishing, and trading pearls actually used to be the main income streams of this nation located on the Persian Gulf. Then, in the 1950s, they struck oil. And when oil was discovered, this changed everything massively. In today's environment, the luxury population of the UAE enjoys vast wealth, traditional Islamic architecture, mixed with some ritzy malls. And the workers at these malls and all these other businesses actually come from all over the world, and they're lured in to the UAE by tax-free salaries and sunshine all year, to the extent that only about 20% of the people living in the country are actually locally born. So the United Arab Emirates economy is also becoming increasingly diversified. So outside the dominant hydrocarbon sector, tourism and construction, as well as trade and finance, those are all developing major industries. Much anticipated is also the Dubai World Expo in 2020. So this is going to be actually the biggest event the city has actually ever hosted, and it's expected to attract some 25 million overseas visitors. So it's pretty crazy. All right, that is all for UAE. Number 4 is Singapore. So Singapore, you might know it's in Asia. That might be all you know, but it's actually like a city-state, and it's bordered with Malaysia. So Singapore's economy, and that's located all in Southeast Asia. Singapore's economy expanded by 3.2% in the year 2018, a huge decrease compared to 2017 when it grew 3.9%. So global trade tensions can usually cause these effects, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. But one would be hard-pressed to find any clue of this decline by looking at the country's GDP per capita figures. So according to the International Monetary Fund, GDP per capita grew in the year 2017, grew to over 86,000 from the previous year, reached 89,000 in 2018, and it's projected to follow this upward trend, keep increasing in 2019, and this is going to last all the way till 2024, when it's expected to jump to $99,000. So everybody in the country, pretty much 6 figures. So that is unreal. Many people probably ask, how did Singapore become so rich? Well, when Singapore became independent in 1965, one half of its population was illiterate. That's not a good place to start an advanced nation. So with virtually no natural resources, well, Singapore had to do something, and they turned themselves into the place where people want to do business. So they made it very friendly for businessmen and other businesses that want to come there and invest in the infrastructure of the nation. Next up is Luxembourg, number 3, Luxembourg. So you can visit Luxembourg for its beautiful landscapes, castles, or its cultural festivals. Or you could just set up an offshore account through one of its banks and never come to the nation again, as many wealthy businessmen do. So it would be a pity, though, if you didn't go, because it's situated right at the very heart of Europe, and this nation of about 600,000 people has a lot to offer, both to tourists that visit and the citizens who live there. So Luxembourg uses a large amount of their wealth to deliver better housing, healthcare, and education to their citizens, who by far enjoy the highest standard of living in the Eurozone. So if you want to live in Europe and you want to live well, go to Luxembourg. Also, it is worth mentioning that both the global financial crisis and the pressure from the EU have had little impact on the economy. In 2015, the country topped the $100,000 mark in per capita GDP, and it has not looked back ever since. Number 2 is Macau. So in Asia's gambling capital, many are betting that Macau will climb to the first spot of the richest nations ranking very soon. So this was formerly a colony of the Portuguese Empire, and since the gaming industry was legalized in 2001, This special administrative region of the People's Republic of China has seen its wealth growing at an impressive pace. With a population of just over 600,000 and more than 40 casinos spread over a territory of about 30 square kilometers, this narrow peninsula just south of Hong Kong is literally a money-making machine. So just think Vegas in Asia. I mean, 40 casinos in a territory of 30 square kilometers. That is unreal. So that's number 2, Macau. Finally, number 1 is Qatar. You probably don't know a lot about Qatar. Again, it's a Persian Gulf country located in the Middle East, and it's filthy rich from oil and lots of other things. Let's get into it. About $15,000 is, on average, how much each Qatari citizen has lost each year since the hydrocarbon prices started dropping in 2014. Still, the country's total GDP per person in 2019 is still projected to remain above 134,000, so that's slightly up from last year. Qatar's gas and oil reserves are so large and its population is so small, just a little over 2.6 million in total, that it has topped the list of world's richest nations for 20 years. This feat is even more remarkable given that Saudi Arabia and its allies imposed a blockade on Qatar in 2017. Nothing can stop that Qatari money, however. Unfortunately, that is all for today's video, everyone. We hope you enjoyed and learned something new. If you're a fan of the channel, again, make sure to go hit that subscribe button so you're never missing any of the new content that we're putting out every single day. If you like this video, make sure to go leave a thumbs up and comment as well, as we really appreciate the love and support. Maybe down in the comments, you could give us some video ideas, what you guys want to see. You know, this is all for you guys, so let us know. Thanks, everybody, for watching. New video coming tomorrow.